Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, with Mr. Stephen Espinoza. Stephen, the melee up on the stage. We just had the weigh-in with Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, 135 respectively. What happened up on the stage? You were a lot closer than I was.
Yeah, it's hard to see through all the chaos up there. Clearly there's something involving Bernard. Depends on whose version. Tank wasn't happy about Bernard putting his hands on him. Bernard's version, I think, was he was just trying to keep Tank from getting pushed off the stage or, guiding him one way. Look, I have to see the footage, see, a better view of it. If Bernard is putting his hands on a fighter or, addressing a fighter, obviously that's unacceptable anyway. I mean, as his role is as a promoter, and if that's what happened, I'm not saying it is, but if it is what happened, then it's absolutely unacceptable.
Earlier, Bernard Hopkins was quite fired up before we had the luncheon, before everything took place. It was probably about maybe early this afternoon, and he stated that he felt like PBC was trying to block him from being up on the stage, and they didn't want him to participate in the press conference. Any response to that? Did you know about that?
I heard about it after the fact, and I don't think it was anything personal with Bernard. I mean, the reality is, everyone has one representative. There's not multiple Showtime representatives. There's not multiple TGB representatives. There's not multiple Golden Boy representatives, except there are. So the reality is, if everyone's going to have 2 or 3 representatives, then we're going to have, to have more tables, and it's just unacceptable. So the reality is, had nothing to do with Bernard. It could have been Bernard instead of Oscar. Oscar's the head of the company. He was the designated representative, and Bernard decided he wanted to go up on stage, which is okay.
Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia appeared to be absolutely sick of each other at this point. Getting a little testy up on the stage as well. What did you think when you saw them? Did you sort of expect them to kind of go to physical altercation? I talked to Ryan yesterday. He basically told me, I'm about up to my limit with as much as I'm going to take, and if there is anything, then I'm going to respond.
Look, this is the point of the promotion where everybody's sick of everybody, and I mean that respectfully, but the people who are most closely involved, the camps, everybody's on edge, the tensions are high, the stakes are high, everything's under a microscope. So people get testy, and nerves are frayed. I didn't think it would get physical, I think, but all it takes is a little bit of a spark here or there and things. And, obviously that wasn't a big deal, could have been a lot worse. But, it's par for the course. I'm not saying that is appropriate or should be excused. It isn't. But it's also things, people are on, kind of testy at this point, and understandably.
And when you say people are testy at this point, the atmosphere, I want to touch on it for the folks at home that didn't get a chance to experience it. I mean, absolutely electric. This actually felt a little more spicy than it did the last time we had Canelo Alvarez out here weighing in. Talk to us about the powder keg that was the crowd today.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got 2 huge fan bases. You've got 2 enthusiastic supporters, and it's a 50-50 fight. Canelo, when he fights, it's tough for him to find challenges sometimes. In some of his fights, he comes out here and he's such a popular fighter, the crowd is behind him. Here we had a ton of people for Tank, a ton of people for Ryan, a lot of electricity on both sides. So that sort of amps up the adrenaline, the energy.
I want to talk to you before I let you go. I ran into Stephen Fulton Jr., who seems absolutely laser focused on the task at hand. He didn't really want to talk. Have you noticed a change in kind of Stephen Fulton Jr.? He talks to everybody. He looks like he is absolutely dialed in. I see him going a little bit of old school Roy Jones, growing everything out. He looks dialed up. What do you think about Stephen Fulton?
No, that's a good observation. I mean, he definitely is focused in. You're letting the hair grow out, letting the beard grow out. But he's also excited. If you talk to him privately, he's excited about the opportunity. I mean, and truly excited. I didn't get into strategy with him, and even though I did, I wouldn't share it. But, he clearly sees this as a huge opportunity. I'm sure he sees this as a challenge, but I got nothing when I talked to him about it, nothing but excitement, nothing but confidence in that matchup.
If he beats Naoya Inoue, what does that do for Stephen Fulton Jr.'s career?
Oh, look, I've been saying for a while that he should be top 10 pound for pound on those lists that he's not. If he wins Inoue, then he's a top 5 pound for pound fighter in the sport. I mean, he's got it all, and you've got a signature win like that. I mean, he is top 5 in the world, no question.
Well, there you have it, folks. Big things for PBC Saturday night and beyond. Stephen Espinoza, Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV. Stephen, I'd like to thank you for your time once again.
You got it.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.